Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this video we will be talking about the trend lines. Alright, let's quickly get into the topic. So here we are looking at India Bulls housing finance chart. So before we draw any particular trend line, what do we infer from trend line? Let's try to understand what is a trend line and how does it help in trading. Yeah, so trend line, what the term itself, I mean, it is a self-explanatory term that trend. It is trying to define a trend, right? It is very simple, isn't it? Yeah. So there is a trend, there is a line, and that is called, you call it a trend line. Okay. So can you just draw lines from year to year or wherever place where the price traveled? No, there are certain parameters that you all need to follow to understand the proper trend and to understand the proper breakouts. Okay, so that is what exactly is a trend line. So how do we draw trend lines? I mean, what are the basic rules for drawing trend lines? Okay, so in just another video we have discussed about support and resistance zones, and that support and resistance zones plays major role in drawing trend lines and identifying trends. Okay, so we have to put together all these inferences, all the knowledge together, and then jump into a trade plan. Okay, so that is the purpose of talking all about the indicators, trading systems, and all this. Okay, so okay, let's connect with the support and resistance lines. You can go back to the video from my channel page to know more about support and resistance lines and connect that information with drawing trend lines. Okay, so we have spoken about price being rejected here because there has been a lot of sellers, and price supported here. There is a up move here because there has been a lot of buyers. So this is what we call it as support, and this is what these zones we call it as resistances, right? Okay, so basic rule for trend lines. Okay, if in case we are talking about a uptrend, okay, we will be connecting minimum two of the support zones. So basically either we have to connect support zones or we have to connect the resistance zones. That's it. That itself explains you everything, right? Let's quickly look at the lines that we can draw. Is there any line? All technical Fibonacci lines. This is a line. Okay, so here we are planning to draw a line, right? I mean, here there is one zone where there is a price rejection, and there is yet another zone, and there is yet another zone. I mean, that itself is a very significant number, as in three different zones are being connected. Okay, so here what we try to do is we try to connect the resistance zones 1 2 3, and that is a good parameter. And yet another important thing here, I mean, to identify the reversals, is that whenever we draw a very good trend line, I mean a valid trend line, you will also get to see price coming and testing the trend line and then reversing. All right, so this is not something that I've already planned. I generally don't do much of editing stuff. I generally don't have so much of time, so I just wanted to promote education, and I know what all the difficulties that I went through when I was a new entrant into trading. So I just want to give you good information, valid information. No promises, no nonsense. All right, so I am surprised to see that this price has tested the trend line and then bounced. Okay, that's the importance of it. So this is a very good clear rejection of the trend line. So that means the price has a reversal here. You can probably try and accumulate uh, positions or investments in this particular zone. Okay, so that's one quick inference here. And also let me connect the knowledge that we discussed on the volume pattern, right? Just another video, you can probably find it in my YouTube channel. So what we discussed about the volume characteristics is there is a fair bit of spike in the volumes here. Okay, what do you infer? There is a fair bit of spike in volumes here, followed by decent, super amazing follow through. Okay, what? With the same direction, there is a good amount of volumes. Okay, so what do we infer? There has been a lot of accumulation happening. If you notice on a long run as well, from the month of July onwards till June, it is almost an year, and the price did not break and trade this zone, right? Do you see that? It just tried, but there is a rejection here. That itself means there is a fair bit of support. That means if it really breaks out of this zone of 250 or 60 zone, you can start accumulating this particular stock, or for that matter you can just give it a try in this particular zone. And then, if the price is crossing the level of 150 and trading 2 3 4 5 days, you have to consider an exit. Yeah, so that's a little insight that I could identify while looking at this India Bull Housing Finance stock. Okay, so that's about a trend line. I mean, descending trend line, which talks about a bearish trend. Is there any stock that we can talk about on a bullish trend? Let us see. So there we try to connect all the resistance zones, right? So here, in case, if we are talking about a bullish sign, we should be looking at a bearish trend. I'm sorry. Uh, so yeah, when we're talking about a bullish trend, we have to connect the support lines instead of the resistance lines. Only then there is a valid this thing. Okay, let's look at a 1 week chart. This is very disturbing. So what we can do is, we can just connect all these things. But yeah, can we draw a line? This is a reversal zone. The price traveled here from 700s to 520, or decent 20% or over 20%. And then what happened, if we connect these resistance lines, it has broken. It has broken the resistance and then started trading up. And then from this particular zone, if we try to apply this thing, three different zones. This is one zone, this is second zone, this is the third zone. It is now showing a bearish trend. Okay, I mean, this particular trend, it has tested the trend line, the bullish trend line, and tested the trend line and came down. And then if the price keeps on trading below this line, there is a bearish signal. And this is also not planned, I'm telling you, I'm being very honest. So this is what I could understand. As long as we see Infi trading below this number, below this bullish trend line, maybe we should give it a shot on the sideways or the bearish side. Yeah, so that's how we connect the trend lines, as in we must have at least two zones of support or two zones of resistance. Only then we can draw a trend line, right? So for a bullish view, we can't draw a trend line with the resistances. That is invalid. And for a bearish trend, there is no point in drawing the support lines. So that's a little on the trend lines and the importance of trend lines. And I want to tell you that we have to connect all our knowledge together. Individually, a trend line doesn't work. Individually, volume doesn't work. Individually, nothing works. We have to use the confluence of various indicators. We have to use the confluence of our knowledge, not just the indicators. Only then we will be successful in trading. Alright friends, I hope you are liking the content of this channel. I request you all to watch complete videos instead of just skipping. I am sure each one of us spent 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years or more than that in trading, but we don't want to spend 5 minutes time on a valid YouTube channel that is giving us enough information. This is something you need to question yourself in case you are not watching the complete video. It definitely takes a lot of time to be a successful trader, to be a full-time trader. For me it took over 5 6 years. I'm being very honest. Yeah, so I leave it to you. I request you all to please like and share this channel among your traders fraternity, and if you case not like the subscribe the channel, please subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching this video. Have a great time. Bye bye.